Well, look, people here are concerned, soldiers are concerned, and Ukrainian officials are, of course, concerned. The war is about to enter into its third year, and the United States, the U.S. Congress has not passed any new funding for Ukraine. And as we know, the United States has been the biggest donor of weapons and military aid for Ukraine throughout the war. And the fighting has not stopped, even though the winter season has settled in, and the fighting, although has slowed down because of conditions on the ground, because of the snow and because of the cold weather, it has continued. And it doesn't help that this fighting has largely turned into an attritional one along the 1,000-kilometer long front line. Both Ukrainian and Russian forces have been firing thousands of artillery shells at each other, trying to wear both sides down. And this is an incredibly exhausting way to fight this war, where we have not seen any significant gains or advances from either side. And soldiers are, of course, wondering how long more can they continue on like this. And it is getting harder, especially for Ukrainian forces, to hold the line if there isn't more funding and assistance from the United States. And Ukrainian forces also know that Russia has more manpower to keep this war going. So it is a huge concern. And just yesterday, the United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that there will be a new defense aid package worth $175 million, which will come from a previously approved presidential drawdown. And he said very clearly that this could be one of the last defense aid packages for Ukraine if the U.S. Congress doesn't approve any new funding. And this is, of course, a very sobering reality that Ukraine has to face. And Andriy Yermak, who is Zelensky's chief of staff, also, as he has been visiting Washington, made a very clear statement to U.S. officials that if the U.S. Congress fails to approve new funding for Ukraine swiftly, there is a very high possibility that Ukraine could lose the war against Russia.